Hello, and welcome back to our continuing Settlement Survival Let's Play series. Season 2, I'm Larry, and it's episode 7. And this is going to be a different type of episode. And this is, believe it or not, a rant. Yes, from me of all people. But I have playing this game now for 500 hours. I've been on it since day one of early access. And since 1983, I don't know how many games I have alpha and beta tested in closed environments. I have my fingers in many game titles. And I have been an absolute gamer my whole life, literally. And I landed on this game, and I love it. I think it is an extremely well thought out game, but to the point to where I think the arrogance of the studio is breaking this game. And it was the winter patch that finally did it for me. Seeing a UFO in the game when we're still having to do all sorts of workarounds of a broken warehouse system, and they choose to throw in a content update versus fixing a core part of the game is irritating. It irritates the hell out of me. And for you new players, you may not understand it yet, but for the people that have large maps and just have gone nuts with this game, they'll all tell you right off the bat. The warehouses are broken. The filtering system is it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. The transfer station with how it operates makes no sense. And somebody needs to say something about it, and I have finally come to that point to where, yeah, I am. GLEEMER, what are you doing? How are you going to fix this? Why haven't you fixed this? Why wasn't this dealt with before early access? Now, I know people are going to yell at me and say, Larry, what do you expect? This is an early access game. Well, from my point of view, being an alpha and beta tester, it's like, this should have never been released. Flat out. I know, people say early access. You know what early access means to me? Paid beta testing. I'm paying the studio to beta test their game, and so are you. I'm not playing this as a free title. Are you? I mean, I guess if you are, then it's like, no big deal. I didn't pay for it, but I have. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people have paid for this game that's broken. Now, is broken harsh? Yeah. But I'm not saying anything that's not a lie. Let's just work this out real quick. The transfer station. Have you ever gone to a freight terminal or driven by any type of freight movement? I mean, it's not rocket scientist to where something needs to go from point A to point B, but yet GLEEMER's like, well, let's just throw it in random. So, oh yeah, we know our filtering system's broken, so which warehouse is it going to go to? Look at the tab for right here for the raw materials. I have the food raw material tab open. And we have dried animal dung. We have salt. We have fertilizer. We have fodder. We have butter. God forbid if any of that comes across your transfer station, because it'll throw it all in the same damn warehouse. I've tried so many different tactics to get around this. I mean, if you put, which makes sense, is you have fodder near your animals. Because since the warehouse system is broken, what do? But then you clog up the warehouse because you have dried animal dung that you have to deal with. And then it gets even worse because the supply station. The supply station can deliver all sorts of materials to production facilities, but yet a supply station cannot supply fertilizer to a field? Really? Now, I understand fields and fertile fields and the plantations don't have storage. I get that part of the code. I understand that. But you're seriously telling me that I can't have a supply station next to my fields where the workers could come over to the supply station and grab fertilizer and take it into the field? Really? I have to go through all this nonsense of farting around trying to get product moved in the agriculture side, where I don't have to do that with all the other items in the game. When we're talking about just the basic building stuff, it's easy to move that stuff around, but even that is ridiculous. But I can't use a small supply station to even deliver coal to a boiler room. And then the boiler room, that person can't grab coal from the supply station. That makes no sense. And then the boiler room, why can't we have it choose, or we get to choose for it to use domestic fuel or coal? That doesn't make sense. What now? We can ban domestic fuel? Okay. Wow. It still doesn't make sense, because it's like you're trying to get around. The game's broken. The filters are broken. So, wow, we're blessed with being able to ban domestic fuel. Oh, well, thank you. No. Fix it. It's not that hard. You already have the code written right. We have the perfect filtering system on the top left of our screen. Why can't you get that applied to the warehouses? Why do we need this big round? Oh, I know I've got one of these things on the map. Seriously? I can't deliver, this just makes no sense. I should be able to go from this transfer station and send it anywhere I want on the map. It's a transfer station. So why aren't you fixing the filters? Why can't I designate to go to a specific warehouse? Why are you hamstringing us like this? You're putting a complication in the game that does not need to be there. And it frustrates probably 99% of the gamers that are playing this game. And if you think that's going to hold our interest, no. It's a reminder of, why am I paying to beta test your game? You need to really think about this, GLEEMER. And for everybody that sees this video, how many games have you played where the studios just absolutely ignored us? It's not like I'm asking for a huge content update. We're asking for a basic core mechanic to work in this game. And there shouldn't be any difference in supply from our production facilities, from our agriculture facilities. There should be no difference in it. And there is. And it's not right. And GLEEMER knows it's not right. But they'd rather give you a UFO. Yeah, woohoo. There's things in this game I disagree with, but I accept it. I mean, to me, this whole place the mine down, one and done, I totally disagree with. It's like, holy crap, I don't know how many times I went to place a mine, and just because my mouse moved just a little bit when I went to left click it to set the mine, now it's set, we're offset where it misaligns with everything. But yet I can't fix that. It's like, oh, you're done. Deal with it. No, that's not right, GLEEMER. That's just not. That's being lazy code writers. And, you know, I'm sure GLEEMER's probably going to whine and cry and call Steam and be like, you need to ban his account. No. No big deal. But it's 2022. We all deserve better. And so this is where I draw the line. And it's with GLEEMER. I mean, you know, Blizzard, they're so arrogant. I said, the hell with it. You don't like my 6 accounts that I have with you? Fine, screw you. Closed them all. Quit playing a while. You know, my first bad taste with any studio I dealt with was Sony Entertainment with Galaxies. They turned around and went for a money grab. And they had to dumb the game down to put it in console. Those arrogant bastards. I mean, they're just sitting there telling us, oh, this is what you want. And it's like, no, it's not. And that game, it's still, there's no game that has a crafting station like Galaxies ever did. Or player housing, player cities. But all the studios tell us, oh, this is what you want. When it's like, you know what? Go to hell. This is not what we want. And I'm starting to see GLEEMER doing this. You know, they do have a problem with the boiler room. And I saw it in the forum, and Monkey or whatever his name is, just like, oh, I'll get with the design team and we'll deal with it. Yeah, right. Thanks a lot. You really didn't catch this when you wrote the code? Seriously? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. Don't give us lip service. A lot of the problems that we have in this game was from content, but before you even released the game. So no. You're out of time. Get this warehouse system fixed. It's not... You already have the code in the game, and there's no reason why you're not implementing it properly. Now, for GLEEMER, if you think that, oh, this is some little pissant that only has 55 followers, well, that could be your mistake. Because gamers, we're pretty... we're loosely organized. And I tell you what, we get GLEEMER to change, folks. That's going to put other studios on notice. How many games are you playing where they know it's broken, but they do nothing about it? Maybe even Steam will pick up on this video and be like, you know what? Yeah. We're going to start withholding money from the studios if you guys don't get your act together. We're not going to put our community at risk because a studio would prefer to rake in money. I'm probably one of the only MMORPG players that hasn't sunk a dime into, what was it? God, I forgot the name of it. Citizens, it's the space game. God, I cannot believe I forgot the name of it. But I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And they've raised an ungodly amount. And look what you get out of it. Yeah, no. Sorry, no. So I know I'm ranting. And I'm sure there's some people that are going to quit the channel. I get it. But I had to do it. I'm not trying to be honorary. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. It's 2022. It's been a tough several years for all of us in the world, here in the United States, all over the place. So we have to draw the line. And to me, I'm drawing the line on the warehouse system. Now, for anybody that's worried that I'm going to quit the series or anything, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll figure workarounds around this nonsense, and we'll build something great. And it'll be up to GLEEMER if they really want to improve their title or not. And on the 16th, if nothing's changed, I'll actually write the very first negative review I ever have on Steam. In fact, I try to keep my information pretty private, so I don't join forums and stuff like that. So, yeah, Settlement Survival could be the very first negative review I've ever written. Or review, period. I mean, that's the great thing with being an alpha and beta tester is, you usually have access to the code writers, and you could turn around and say, hey, you need to fix this. You need to balance this. I don't have that type of access in this game. I don't know anyone from GLEEMER. We're friends of friends. I've already gone that route. I've already made phone calls and some emails and just like, hey, do you guys know anybody over there? Because this needs to get fixed. Unfortunately, that well ran dry. Well, this is the only other route that I can go. And I hope this video goes viral. I really do. Because, God, it would be so nice for the gaming industry to change. For the studios to actually start listening to us instead of fleecing us over these freaking microtransactions and all this other nonsense. And yes, early access games. We're paying to beta test you. You didn't let this title go out for free. You needed the money, and that's why you rely on us. But don't ignore us. You want to ignore us? We can stop the cash flow. I hate to tell you that, but we can. And unless you got some deep pockets that owns your studio, your game's over. So, I don't know. We're going to see how this plays out. I don't want to see new content without the warehouse fixed. Flat out. Do I want the new content? Oh yeah, I do. Absolutely do. But if you're going to ignore the warehouse system, then you know what? The hell with you. I'll play with what we have. I'll show people that we can do it. But you'll be shutting your own company down because of that. So you better think hard, GLEEMER. You better get your priorities in order. Stop being arrogant. Listen to us. This is all we're asking for. We'll see how it goes. For all my followers, I apologize for this video. I really do. But I had to do it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.